Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Sandown Park in Esher, Surrey, where it is a little bit drier than it was earlier on, but still very wet indeed for the second race of our lightweight grid in round 2 of the Elite Karting Series. I'm Tom Dillon, and I'll be your sole commentator for this race. And, well, the grid has been set. It was set by the fastest lap in the first race, which unsurprisingly was dominated by JJ Hind, who starts pole here with a 60.1. Andrew McWilliam is in second place with a 61.1, with Sam Cole in third. Rory O'Regan starts fourth, with Philip Babilal in fifth. Samuel Rasool starts sixth, just ahead of Dana Rohan on his two-stroke debut. Ollie Smith is in 8th, with Chris Klitschport in 9th. Jamie Sherman-Chase starts 10th, with Dylan Davis in 11th. Henry Barrington is 12th, with Callum Bengelow in 13th, and Joshua Hera in 14th. So the grid is set, and you can see on board with JJ Hind as he goes round turn 7 now, up into turn 8, and ready to get this race underway at Sandown Park. Got to be a superb start from JJ Hind. Here we go, green flag is flying at Sandown Park. It's a good start for JJ Hind, down into turn 1, maintains the lead of the race, and well, they all get through clearly apart from Dana Rohan, who looks like he spun around, and that is a nasty hit with Henry Barrington down into turn 1. It looks like, I think there was Jamie Sherman-Chase was involved as well, or Callum Bengelow, one of the two. It was a Valet 46 helmet I could see, which I think belongs to Jamie Sherman-Chase, but that is a nasty hit for Dana Rohan, who I don't think has had a massive crash in a D-Max car just yet. We right on board now with Andrew McWilliam further forward on the first lap of this race, and well, Andrew is trying to attack Philip Babilal there, who himself is trying to attack Samuel Rasool. Out of turn 5 they go, up into turn 6. Samuel thinks about a defence on the inside line, then thinks against it. Meanwhile, it looks like Sam Cole here has got past JJ Hind into the lead of the race, so JJ taking a moment to get into things here, now trying to find a way past Sam Cole. Here he goes, getting a good exit out of turn 8 now, ducking into the sort of human DRS that they like to do in these D-Max cars. JJ Hind on the inside line in turn 1 gets the better of the braking performance and flies on through. That being said, it's a cutback from Sam Cole. JJ Hind, very good exit, and eventually is able to get through as they go up into turn 2. Now into turn 3, JJ Hind back to the lead of the race. We're now having a look at Philip Babilal, who is eyeing up a move on Samuel Rasool down into his left-hander. Rasool himself is having a look at Rory O'Regan, who made a slight bit of a mistake here. Babilal looking potentially for a cutback on the two of them. Into turn 5, he's not quite able to find it. It's going to be Samuel Rasool who has to dive down the inside of Rory O'Regan. He does exactly that. O'Regan on the cutback is now going to go to the outside of Samuel Rasool and hold on to that position. This is for third place, by the way. And Andrew McWilliam, who's got a very good view of this entire battle, looks to the outside line on Philip Babilal, but Philip is able to hold on to things at the moment. I think Andrew is looking behind him because he's got Oliver Smith for a little bit of company. You can see the picture there in the left-hand corner with Philip Babilal. Andrew trying to find a way through. Still Philip just holding on relatively firmly at the moment, just sliding the cars through turn 3. Again, no way through for him just yet. There you can see further up in your picture, Samuel Rasool looking for the move on Rory O'Regan once more. This time he switches to the inside line through turn 5, and it looks like Samuel Rasool has made that position stick. Let's ride on board with Philip Babilal as we see Samuel Rasool defending that inside line once more. 6 minutes to go, I should say, on the board. There you can see Rasool holding the inside line. Rory O'Regan looking to go all the way around the outside. Now the inside for 8th. Rasool will try and get him on the cutback down the straight, but Rory O'Regan looks like, as he gestures over his shoulder for them to work together, looks like he's managed to get himself back up into that third position. A fine move from Rory O'Regan. It's still JJ Hind leading from Sam Cole. It's obviously Rory O'Regan in third, Rasool, Babilal, Andrew McWilliam, your top 6 with Oliver Smith, and now Dylan Davis pressurising Ollie. See Philip though still eyeing up this battle, still just prowling, making sure he is there in case either of them do make a mistake. That is a slight mistake from Samuel, who's loose on the brakes, but able to capitalise is Philippe Babelau. Meanwhile, you see Andrew McWilliam with a good view of this battle in your picture-in-picture. 7 minutes to go on the board at the top of the gantry. Philip has just gone past. Now he looks to the inside of Samuel Rasool and makes a little bit of a mistake. They're side by side for a moment, but Rasool is able to hold on to the position. Can Babelau get a good exit? Looks like he can, but has to tuck back inside for that slipstream. Samuel is so nervous on the brakes at the moment, but it's the exits where he's excelling over Philippe Babelau. Indeed, he really is excelling at the moment on those exits. Again, Philip is gaining on him a little bit. This is Ollie Smith, and I think he's looking to the inside of Dylan Davis here. It's exactly what he's doing, but Dylan Davis able to get past him in the end. It was Dylan who was on the attack, I should mention. Andrew McWilliam just ahead of the two of them. That was a move for 7th position. Dylan gestures over his shoulder to Ollie Smith to now try and work together once more. Here's Rory O'Regan, staying ahead of Samuel Rasool. Samuel might look to the outside line of turn 8. He does again, taking that wider line, trying to get the better exit. That is Philippe Babelau, actually, a three-way battle here. Can Samuel get the better exit? Rory is just sort of holding that inside line slightly, flirting with the idea of defending. Samuel not quite able to get the speed on him though, and needs to stay line of stern for the time being. These three stay line of stern for the time being, actually. Philip all over the curbs as he goes into turn 3. Now to the outside of Samuel Rasool, who is still trying to get past Rory O'Regan. Philippe Babelau looking for that switchback once more. The favoured move around this Sandown Park circuit in the wet, and Samuel's made a mistake. This might allow Philip, who has to go the long way round now. Does go the long way round and is able to get himself up into 4th position ahead of Samuel Rasool. That is a very well made move. Here's Dana Rohan then. This is a battle with Joshua Hera, who did start last, is having a quiet drive up in 11th position. 128 car. Dana just trying to get himself back into things here, gets a better exit out of turn 8. Switch back to Philippe Babelau, who I think is still having a battle here with Samuel Rasool. I'll let you know if Dana was able to get that position in just a few moments' time, and the live timing sort of kicks in as they cross the line. Philip is sort of eyeing up Rory O'Regan as well. Rory a few tenths of a second down the line. Look at the gantry at the top of your screen. 4 minutes to go in the race. We look at JJ Hind having a lonely time out there at the front. He got 3.3 second advantage. This is spectacular stuff. Spectacular stuff from JJ Hind at the moment. Look at the static camera. This will show you the gap between himself and Sam Cole. It's absolutely huge at this stage. And it's Philippe Babelau and Samuel Rasool. There's Dylan Davis looking for a move, and Andrew McWilliam goes to the inside and is able to get that position as well. Andrew McWilliam trying to attack him once more. Looks to the outside line. Dylan is doing the old gesture of go forward, let's attack together, which is slightly interesting because I don't think here they're going to catch up to those two at the front. These two guys are both Tamworth regulars. They're good friends, apparently. So I'm sure Andrew will be perfectly content with playing ball here. I don't think Ollie Smith is too much of a concern. He's about a second or so back. There's 3 minutes to go in the race, so there is a possibility here that they catch up to Samuel Rasool and start to apply pressure to him. Definitely going to be a difficult one for them though. I don't think there's too much time left in this race. Dylan has the pace on Andrew though. That's definitely the case. Dylan is a fantastic driver at Tamworth. Andrew is of course the lap record holder in the RT8s at Tamworth, so both of them very competent. First time they're really racing here at Sandown Park to my knowledge. This is Ollie Smith. He's just been overtaken by Chris Klitschbot. And it's Chris in that 137 car, able to get through into 8th position. So Ollie just not gelling at the moment with the car or something here in this race too. He's definitely had the pace. He was obviously fighting at the front a little bit earlier on. I think it's a case of his pace in clean air, perhaps not as grand as his pace and his racecraft amongst other people, which is perfectly acceptable, particularly in these conditions as the track is starting to dry out slightly. JJ Hind was a 58.9. There's a spin for Henry Barrington. This is actually quite a scary moment for Henry. Whizzing past 3 or 4 cars. My word. A young man who is not very used to 2-strokes. Races in the SRK on the indoor circuit. That is a nervy moment. And crashing these cars is a very, very scary thing indeed, and that's Henry's second scary moment of this race. While we look at Andrew McWilliam, who has been dropped a little bit by Dylan Davis here. He's actually attacking Samuel Russell, so I sort of stand corrected. I still don't think, as we look at the gantry, should be the last lap, I think. This time by, I should say, for the likes of JJ Hind. It might just be the position held for Samuel Russell into 4th. He'll be disappointed not to have, into 5th I should say. He'll be disappointed not to have had that podium. It's all about the overall classification, really. And so we look at JJ Hind, 14 years of age, and coping brilliantly in these wet conditions. Not just coping, but dominating so far in these wet conditions. 60.1 was his fastest lap in race 1. 58.4 is his fastest lap in this race, and he's just about 5 seconds ahead of the competition. Through turn 8 for the final time, then JJ Hind will take the checkered flag. 2 hands in the air. He makes it 2 from 2 at Sandown Park. A fine drive from JJ Hind. Sam Cole crosses the line in 2nd position. Philip Babilal will cross the line in 4th, just behind Rory O'Regan, who I say is a little bit down the road. Dylan Davis was able to pressurise Samuel Russell at the end, but not quite get ahead of him. And if they filter across the line, then we'll get you your final classification from this race. JJ Hind led from Sam Cole, Rory O'Regan in 2nd, Philip Babilal finishes in Rory O'Regan finishes in 3rd, and Philip Babilal finishing in 4th. Samuel Russell in 5th, with Dylan Davis recovering to 6th. A very good drive from him. Andrew McWilliam down in 7th, and Chris Klitschfort in 8th, ahead of Oliver Smith in 9th. Callum Bendelow is in 10th, with Dana Rohan in 11th. Joshua Hera, Jamie Sherman Chase and Henry Barrington round out your grid in this race. So I have managed to talk to a couple of drivers in the pit lane, so I'll throw you down to interviews with myself and JJ Hind and Sam Cole. I think I've been able to grab. JJ Hind, JJ, good round in Tamworth. Safe to say Sandown Park though, it's been even better.
Yeah, it's been a good race, good racing today. It's really just about keeping it on the black stuff and not making mistakes. That's what we win races.
And obviously you've won both races by, I think first race about 5 seconds, second race about 4 seconds. I mean, you know, you're racing someone in Sam Cole who is multiple time champion at this track. How are you staying ahead of him and doing so well in these conditions?
It's like I said, it's just really about minimising the mistakes, not pushing it too hard where you're just like losing control of the car and spinning.
Joined now by Sam Cole. Sam, safe to say JJ has been driving very well today, but consistently finishing in 2nd place twice. I mean, you've got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, he's been rapid all day. He's been doing a very good job, but we've got the final coming up now, starting in 2nd, so hopefully good clean start into turn 1. I've been making really good starts today, so hopefully I'll get ahead of JJ by the end of lap 1 and we just keep it going from there and try and get the win.